then let me yield 3 minutes to the gentleman from Mississippi who lost everything in Katrina, Mr. Gene Taylor.
The gentleman's recognized. 3 minutes.
Mr. Speaker, in South Mississippi tonight, the people who have electricity, who might be at a VFW hall or a parish church hall, who are living in 2- and 3-man igloo tents waiting for Congress to do something, they've absolutely got to think this place has lost their minds. The same Congress that voted to give the wealthiest 1% of Americans tax breaks every time, without a tax break, out of the goodness of their hearts, no, to help the big contributors. Who's kidding who? Same America that is spending $4 to $6 billion a month in Iraq, where, by the way, 4,000 Mississippians are fighting tonight. 15 have already come home dead. A dozen more have been to Walter Reed. Who never asked the Iraqis for an offset, are suddenly saying, in the name of the poor folks in Mississippi who lost their houses, poor folks in New Orleans whose houses were flooded, we can't do this unless we have to hurt some other Americans to help some Americans. Suddenly, after taking care of those who had the most, we got to hurt the least to help the folks in Mississippi. Folks, this is insane. I have sat here, I remember the vote, May 9th of 2001. I remember a president who said he could cut taxes, increase spending, and pay down the debt. We're $2.4 trillion deeper in debt than that night. I didn't vote for that. Almost all of you did. I didn't vote to tell the folks who make hundreds of millions of dollars a year, you deserve a tax break. You did. I voted for offsets for the war in Iraq because, yes, we went to war. My goodness, kids from Mississippi are dying there. They're coming home. I've got a kid who lost both legs volunteering in my office to answer the phone to tell folks who are hurt in Katrina. Mississippi's paid their dues. Why should they have to pay their dues twice? This is an emergency. The one time you borrow money is when you go to war and for an emergency. And so now you have to have an offset? Don't tell me you're being fiscally responsible. I sat here for 5 years and watched you take a budget surplus and run it into $2.5 trillion of new debt. So let's put these things in perspective. Yes, I was told the Iraqis have weapons of mass destruction. They're getting ready to use them. Yes, I was told that you could cut taxes, increase spending, and balance the budget. But this is the cruelest lie of all, that the only way you can help the people who have lost everything is by hurting somebody else.
Time the gentleman has